What is a sinking fund, and how do you create one? Hi, it's Luigi, and welcome to Catapult Capitalism, your guide in making smart financial moves for your future. If you enjoy watching our videos, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get updated whenever we upload a new video. In this video, we're gonna dive into what a sinking fund is and how to create one. If you're interested to know these things, then keep on watching. When you hear the term sinking fund, your first thought could be of a sinking pirate ship with wealth on board. Nope, that's not what we're talking about today. Sinking funds, in fact, are an excellent supplement to your financial strategy. A sinking fund is comparable to a savings account, but it serves a different goal and takes a different strategy. A sinking fund is a method of saving money for a certain purchase by setting away a little amount each month. Sinking funds function as follows. Each month, you set away money in one or more categories to be utilized at a later period. That way, you're saving tiny sums over time rather than having to come up with a large sum of money all at once. Sinking funds work great for things you don't want to pay for in a single month's budget, like new tires for your car, Christmas gifts, vet bills, wedding expenses, plane tickets, and birthday parties, to name a few. A sinking fund is more precise than a savings account since you know how much you'll put in and when you'll spend it. It all boils down to being deliberate. If you save for a new car, next year's trip, anniversary gifts, your child's dancing camp, and Christmas presents all in the same savings account, at some point, the lines will start to blur. Rather than putting everything in one savings account, be careful and particular by establishing various sinking funds. A sinking fund is not the same as an emergency fund. An emergency fund is money saved aside for the unexpected. You should have 3 to 6 months of spending saved for any and all conceivable crises if you have a fully stocked emergency fund. When your air conditioner breaks down and you need to replace it, your emergency fund will come to the rescue. And it won't even feel like an emergency, just an annoyance. Anyway, for emergencies, you have no way of predicting when or if these things will occur. But inevitably, things can happen, so you have funds saved and ready. In contrast to this, with a sinking fund, you know exactly where the money is for and when you'll utilize it. The sinking fund is for things that are known. On the other hand, the emergency reserves are for the unforeseeable. Everyone may find sinking funds to be helpful, regardless of their financial habits, spender or saver, geek or free spirit, experiences or material goods. Spending money may be enjoyable or unpleasant, but in the end, no matter what you spend your money on, it all comes from the same source, and every debit card swipe might leave you and your account feeling devastated. So it might be of use to incorporate sinking fund savings into your budgeting process. You can use a sinking fund to do the following things. Save money for anything and everything. Make your list as precise as possible, just to ensure that you address every necessity and desire. Plan on having a lot of fun. Upgrade your kitchen, take your dream vacation, invest in your hobbies, contribute and donate to charity. Make room for enjoyment by instructing your money on what to do month after month. Get rid of any feelings of guilt related to significant purchases. Decide ahead of time with your spouse, if you have one, what you want to save for and how much money you want to set aside. This way, when it comes to spending, you can go through with it without any hesitation or remorse. Prepare for the unavoidable costs. When you see that your tires are going thin, begin saving for new ones. Start saving for a new roof if you know the house you just bought has an old one. These are not yet emergencies, and if you start saving today, they never will be. Saving intelligently ensures that enjoyable purchases will actually be enjoyable, and annoying ones will be manageable. So, how do you start making a sinking fund? To begin, go over your previous spending to get a sense of what may come up again in the future. Review your income, savings, emergency funds, and expenses. Here are the steps that you can follow to get started. Determine why you're saving. Assume you're beginning a Christmas sinking fund. You want to save a little bit each month so that the Christmas season doesn't creep up on you and leave you broke. Whatever the case may be, make sure the goal of the fund is clear. Determine where you will keep your sinking fund. If you wish to create another savings account for a sinking fund, check to make sure that there is no minimum balance requirement, like a money market. You don't want monthly fees eating into your balance. Determine how much money you need to save. To figure out how much to save each month, divide the entire amount you intend to spend by the number of months or weeks before you need to make the purchase. Include the sinking fund in your budget. A sinking fund can only function if it is included in the budget. So, whether you budget with a spreadsheet, an app, or pen and paper, include a sinking fund item in your budget. Don't mix your sinking money with your other accounts under any circumstances. This strategy is most effective when you use a fully separate account. If you're not easily tempted, you could try creating a second savings account with your primary bank and name it accordingly. As a result, all of your sinking money will be properly shown in your main account dashboard. But if you know you'll succumb and use the money for anything else, be honest with yourself and start another account. An online-only savings account is ideal because it takes a few days to process a transfer out of the account, so you'll be more inclined to leave it alone. You may maintain it in a different checking account if you intend to spend the cash shortly. If your goal is more than a year away, you could choose a high-yield savings account to earn a little money. You can have as many sinking funds as you need to cover different needs. Sinking funds may be used to pay off costs and plan for new ones as long as there is capacity in your budget and you make regular payments. Commit to your objective by depositing the funds to your sinking fund account on a monthly or pay period basis. Complete the goal by paying your expenses on time. Then, take a minute to congratulate yourself on your success. Rinse and repeat as many times as required. How much of a difference can a little strategic saving make? Keep in mind that the most important thing you'll need is patience. We live in an instant gratification culture, and it's hard to keep tabs on our expenses and savings if we don't stick to a budget. You know what you won't have if you have patience and a plan? Worries. You won't have worries. Saving ahead of time reduces stress, so start putting money down now. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification icon so you can be notified whenever we upload new videos. Thank you so much for tuning in to Catapult Capitalism, and we'll see you later.